want to talk about trust because the topic of trust has come up over and over. And we have this squishy understanding of trust, which goes something like, I show up when I say I'm going to show up, and I keep my promises. And let me tell you, those are table stakes. If that's your threshold for trust, I think you need to start to rethink this a little bit. There are some people that we inherently trust. Right away, you're just like, I don't know what it is, I trust that person. You know, and there are some people where we struggle to trust a little bit more. And you fall into one of those camps. You have a sense of where you are in the continuum, and that affects how we do what we do. What I like to do is very quickly give you a framework for trust, so that for those of you who do it well, you can do it deliberately. And for those of you who might be struggling, you can do it more effectively. And it goes through a few basic elements. The first is what we call reciprocity. Reciprocity is an exchange, a giving, a back and forth. A great example, my wife and I went on a trip last spring. When we got back, we had a great time. The travel agent came by and said, listen, I brought you some books so you guys can think about planning your next trip. And they were beautiful hardcover books. Now, it didn't mean because of the price of a book that, you know, I think some supplier gave her, that automatically it's going to go to her and that we're going to use her. But it starts to set up a bit of a relationship. And that reciprocity is important because in our minds we like to keep a bit of a balance in terms of what we owe around that. Now, it's not that a latte is, you know, let me buy a latte, would you like to buy my fire truck, right? It doesn't quite work like that, but it starts to open up conversations that otherwise might not be happening. The second is what we call consistency and commitment. So we all have those people who, you know, every day they're in the office at 8 o'clock, never miss. And we come to expect that. Our subconscious picks that up and we start to create a picture about what's happening about this person. We expect it in our fire services and our emergency response, no matter what it is. We have these pictures about, you will be there when I need you. And when you're not, that transforms things dramatically. But that consistency and commitment is incredibly important. When you think of it from a social media perspective, it's not that you're posting every day just because you're for the sake of posting. Part of it is actually reinforcing that sense of consistency and commitment that people need in order to trust you. If you don't know what people are going to do next, it's very hard to do business with them or to know how you actually work with them. The third is social proof. And for all those of you who've been posting to the AFAC15 hashtag, it is creating a kind of social proof that this is an important event to be here, and of course it's trending as a result. So if in the course of this you want to take shots of each other, not of me, I'm not worried about that, let's keep this trending. Let's help people understand that this is an important topic that needs to be talked about, and the more people see other people like them who are engaged in something, that is a very powerful thing that reinforces a kind of behavior. The fourth one is liking, and this isn't just about, you know, having a game show personality. It's about being able to develop chemistry with people so that you can connect in an authentic way. And the fifth one here is authority. And authority is a very interesting one for you guys. Most of you have authority because it's handed to you by your role and by the legislation that supports your function, so you think you have authority. And for some people in the public, that's enough. It is the authority that they're looking for. Authority is also years of experience, it's credentials, it's education, it's all kinds of things that are a tangible form of proof that you are who you say you are and that people can trust what you're going to do. But I'll tell you, on its own, it doesn't work. If it did, everybody would do what you said. But they don't. So it's starting to look for ways that you can actually combine those together to say, for the people that I'm serving right now, which of these are most important to them? What do they need? Not what do I have? What do they need? And if it's social proof with a little bit of authority, then lead with that social proof so that they can see other people in their neighborhood, in their region, starting to make the kinds of choices that you want them to make as well.